2-chord Vamps. I'm playing over a very simple 2-chord pattern, and that's what you're going to find in a lot of accompaniment music. I'll keep it playing. I'm just going to lower it a bit so you can listen to the back and forth between 2 chords. Much of the time, you're going to be playing with an accompaniment, with a guitar, with a piano. A lot of times you're going to find that they're only playing a few chords. This video is playing over 2-chord Vamps, and the next Flutecast video is playing over a 3-chord Vamp, which is not a whole lot harder. So, how do you do this? There's a couple of approaches that we like to use, and the first one is simply take this track and jam over it, and keep on playing over it. Now, where do you get the track? We have all the tracks on these 2 videos. We have them out on Flutepedia. It's flutepedia.com/vamp, VAMP.htm, and that page has all of the 2-chord Vamp backing tracks we're going to use in this video and the next 3-chord Vamp video. It's 5 backing tracks in total, and it's going to have them in 3 keys. This video is only in A minor. I'm using an A minor flute. I'll also use a low A minor flute for comparison, but you can do these with the backing tracks in 3 different keys: A minor, G minor, and F sharp minor. So if you have an A flute, a G flute, or an F sharp flute, you can download the tracks and jam along with them. And each of the tracks is plenty long, and they loop. If you put your player in loop mode, it will go from the end back to the beginning. So this is great to do for your practice at home. You can get set up with your speakers, put it on your stereo, or you could put it into your mixer and put on headphones and jam away, or take it to your flute circle and have people play over these backing tracks. They're free for download. So, how do we recommend, or what's the way that we've found to quickly get playing over these tracks with confidence? Well, the first way is very, very simple. Simply jam with the track. Get experience, get in tune with the track rhythmically. Listen to the track. Turn it back up a little bit. First thing is just to listen to the 2 chords. And every time you hear a chord change, identify it. Listen, and the chord change, start to identify. And also, there's a chord change, and also tapping your foot. You can't not tap your foot to the rhythm. There's a chord change. Realize it. These are fairly slow. There's a chord change. You're going to start to anticipate the chord changes. It's really great to get in time there with the backing track. There's a chord change. These are fairly slow chord changes. There's chord change. A lot of times you're going to be involved with music where there are more chord changes and they happen faster. I mean, the ultimate is bebop music, where the chord changes were coming, 4 to the bar. Every beat was a chord change. Okay, most of our music has fewer chord changes than that, but these backing tracks are great training exercise because they change in a very even, timing. They change every 8 beats, every 2 bars. There it is again. And you're gonna anticipate the chord changes very quickly. So this is training for learning how to play over more complex chord changes. Now, first way is jam away. That is a lot of fun, but it takes time. You might jam away with these backing tracks for an hour or 2, which is a great thing to do. It's a lot of fun, but it is a fairly long time. It's great experience, and you will get better and better at it. But we have some other techniques. First way is to jam. The second way, and we use this at workshops, is, and I'm going to change the backing track, and we're going to play over just one of the chords. Okay, there's a 2-chord Vamp. You heard the going back and forth between 2 chords. Now we're just going to play over one chord. And what I'm going to do, back up, what I'm going to do is play each note, long tone on each pitch on my flute. And I'm going to go up the scale, and your job is to try to determine whether you think my note is consonant with the chord, works beautifully with the chord, is nice and round and really fits, or dissonant, maybe more tension, not quite as good a fit. It's not going to sound terrible, but it's not as good a fit. So on the way up, I'm just going to play it straight, and you can it's the Roman Emperor, thumbs up, thumbs down. I like it, I don't like it, or I think it's consonant, I think it's higher tension dissonant. And on the way down, I'm going to start using my eyebrows, which is kind of what I often do when I'm playing, to indicate whether I like it, head bobbing, or I don't know about that note. Doesn't quite fit as well. So here we go. I got to hear this a little bit better. There we go. I'm just going to play on the way up. I won't do anything. You see if you can provide feedback. On the way down, I'll start giving cues as to what I think. So I've got 1, 2, 3, I got 4 notes that I liked and 2 that I didn't like so much. The 4 notes I liked, I don't know which ones you liked, but the 4 notes I liked, and I'm going to play just those notes. I remember them. And the other notes are dissonant notes. So there it is. Those are the notes I like. And now I'm going to switch to the other chord. We're going to call up the other backing track. This is, by the way, the B backing track. The first track was the A backing. This last one we played was the A backing track. This is the B backing track, the second of the 5 backing tracks. And it's just the second chord. And I'm going to do the same exercise. Up and down, and see which notes we like, see which pitches we like. Here we go. Here it is. I only like 2 notes. I like. And the notes I didn't like, or notes that were kind of dissonant. Nice consonant notes. Now, this exercise, you could take this practice and you could start trying to remember the notes, and you can build a chart and make a spreadsheet and get really headspacey with this. However, what we think, or what we've seen in workshops, when people just do this exercise and then go back to the first method. First, the second method, listen to the notes in each chord and then just go back and jam. That's the first method. All of a sudden, you don't have to consciously remember them. You somehow feel when the note is in the chord or not in the chord. So what we're going to do now is switch back to the 2-chord vamp. We were playing this in the beginning, and this is the C track. This has the 2-chord vamp. Here we go. There it is. The second chord. And I'm just going to play along with this, not worrying about the notes I used. You're going to find that you naturally gravitate towards the consonant notes. Here we go. You can also include some cross-fingered notes if you'd like. Okay, I'm going to add a couple of notes that we normally don't play. They're outside the primary scale. And on the fly, I'm going to feel whether I like it or not. Now, I wouldn't do this in a performance, but if I'm jamming off on the side, I will try some of those chromatic notes, some of those cross-fingered notes, the notes in the crack. Maybe I might find one that works. That's not bad. Let's try it on the octave lower flute. This is the low flute, and see what happens. Low A minor. Sometimes it's easier on a lower flute, especially if the backing track is a little bit on the high side. You want to get some frequency space. You want to use your flute in a place where the backing track doesn't have a lot of frequency content, right? You want to be distinct from the pitches. If you're playing with a keyboardist, a great thing to do is ask them. They will often play near the middle, which is kind of where your mid-range flute is. Ask them to just separate their hands, and then you get this spacious sound, and your flute fits right in the middle. It's a really great combination. So those are 2-chord vamps. Have some fun with this. Download the backing track. You can download all the 5 backing tracks right now, and next month we'll do 3-chord vamps. So enjoy.